All right, roll call. Mr. Bailey?
Here.
Mrs. Dean?
Here.
Mrs. Johnson is not here. Mrs. Martin? Ms. Miller?
Here.
Mr. Osowski?
Here.
Chair is here. Mr. Barajas? If we could all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On to President's remarks. As per usual, please place all cell phones on silent. I hope everybody is staying warm in this crazy cold weather. How many days till spring? 60-something, I think. I don't know. Too many. And that stinking groundhog saw his shadow this morning. He's a filthy liar. I'm just saying. He did see, so 6 more weeks is what the groundhogs, punks Chani Phil. Yeah, oh, see, we'll go with that one. I like that one better. Can I get a motion to adopt the agenda of the February 2nd, 2026 regular meeting as presented? Moved by Mr. Osowski. Is there support? Seconded by Ms. Miller. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, motion carries 5-0. Call the audience, public participation regarding agenda items. It's a non-agenda, okay. All right. Hearing none, we will move on to presentations. I said I love an agenda that has no presentations because we won't be here all night. I think I sent a little happy dance.
We've had 3 in 2 weeks. So.
Yeah, this is, we're tired of each other. No, we're not changing it. Student representative communication, Axel.
Good afternoon. Happy new semester for everyone, especially for us seniors.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're in the home stretch.
Yeah. So right now we just are getting ready for mostly our juniors and lower for the PSAT and SAT. We've been doing really good with our scores and everything, so hopefully we can get some high scores this year too. And that's about it I got.
All right, thank you. All right, Superintendent Communications, Mrs. Nachman.
Staff members of the month for our special parking spots at the administration building. Joy Hartman, our new food service director, who I'm not sure you guys have met yet, but we're delighted because she has difficulty parking. And so we're hoping that this designated spot will help her out. It's like an accommodation. At Beach, Alyssa Stokes, one of our DHH teachers.
Yay.
Hilbert Elementary, Stacy Pace, special education teacher. Someone said she's good. Redford Union Junior High School, Tamara. Did I do it right? See, we got all these. Tamara Goria, secretary. She's also the secretary at the high school. She's half-time in each building. Redford Union High School, Abby Holzman, math teacher. McGowan, Deborah Zivian, another DHH teacher, but teacher consultant here in this building. And at the Keeler Day. At the Keeler Day Treatment Center, there's a little animosity, but it would.
Yay, Dr. Lindsay.
The award goes to the Dr. Fabulous Lindsay. Huh? Oh, that's a problem, Nikki. All right.
It's not one. It is.
Board brag book. Are my friends ready to go, Jill? Or, oh, no, I've got representative here for beach again.
You're getting voluntold.
All right, so we're starting with beach.
Now,
So far. Okay, we had our sort day, and it was so much fun. The kids got to spin the wheel, and then while it was spinning, they would run to get up on that slide, and then slide down. And at the end of the slide were all the teachers and students that have already been sorted in those houses, like, wow,
that's cool.
Oh yeah, and then there's the cuties. I'm one of the leads of the Blue House. I'm standing all the way in the back there against the wall, like one of the children. And that's it.
Sure, good. Mrs. Birch, you're up.
All right. So we celebrated Martin Luther King Jr. Classrooms did lots of different projects within their classroom itself and also with their buddies. So some of our 6th and 2nd grade buddies have gotten together. These are some of their finished products that they had done. Many of them focused on having a dream and what that was. Ms. Willet's class came together and made the top one. They collaborated on that one. So that's the class. That was cute. There's the buddies where they interviewed each other as if they were answering questions like Martin Luther King, American Media Center, recording some stuff for their 1st grade class. Lisa Santee, who was in our cafeteria and in the food service here in Redford Union for 22 years, decided she was going to retire. This was her happiest year yet.
Kind of fits.
She was very happy these last months. She also served as our crossing guard in the afternoons as well. So there's Lisa and a few of her teammates at her party. So we had a great day. She cried. We made her cry. The kids made her laugh with things from her own house that is a Bindi, and then they made candy cards.
So I will take care of the junior high. Unfortunately, well, Miss Nickel is out. She had some surgery today. And Miss Peterson's father passed away over the weekend. And Miss Sims has had 3 deaths in her family in the last couple of weeks. So they were both out taking care of their families today. So we will keep both of them in our thoughts and wish Miss Nickel a speedy recovery. So they have their auto show. Let's see. Due to the cold weather, we had to postpone some of our planned events. They're going to reschedule those. And they look forward to highlighting some of those. A large group of our junior high students were able to attend the 2026 auto show downtown. Thanks to our 7th grade science teacher, Paula Wiley, for securing free tickets for our students from the organization Woods and Watts Effect. This organization focuses on inclusion and diversity by funding experience that expose students to experiences and careers that they may not otherwise be exposed to. They also focus on natural curiosity and motivation to acquire new knowledge through engaging content and real-life experience. Then also at the junior high, the 8th grade English teacher, Mrs. Kuka, phenomenal teacher, once again created an amazing in-class experience for her students to lead into her independent reading unit. Students were permitted to choose a book from an approved list. And what a better way to do this than through a book tasting. Mrs. Kuka's classroom was transformed into Starbucks for her annual book tasting. Students enjoyed personalized cookies and hot chocolate as they explored all the book options available to them. This not only engaged students in learning about each of the books, but gave them the opportunity to have fun while doing so. This is just a highlight of what is to come within our English department for the month of March. There's some pictures there, and Mr. Taylor.
All right, so the more popular Taylor at the high school, Coach Randall Taylor.
Absolutely.
Graduate of Redford Union High School, class of 2002. Randall's been our longtime basketball coach. More importantly, he's our dean of students. Does a lot of good work with our young men and women at the high school. His goal is to, is in the role of the dean, is not to get them in trouble, punish them, but to persuade them to stay out of trouble. And he does a great job working with families and the kids. So as part of his coaching gig, Samaritas and the Mental Health Foundation of West Michigan, Be Nice, started a Hall of Fame for high school athletic coaches across the state this year. And Randall was inaugurated into the inaugural class. And so they did a nice presentation a couple of weeks ago here in the high school. I've known Randall since I was a senior in high school. Those of you that know Randall know he is quite a human being. And it's not just the athletes that he takes care of, but everybody. But I can tell you some things that I've seen Randall doing outside of school for the families and the kids, in particular kids that have been incarcerated, whose parents have looked the other way and almost given up on them in some cases. Randall has been there and get these kids on the right track again. So much earned, and we're proud of Randall for sure. The one thing I did not include in here was the high school did host the annual Redford Township Martin Luther King Jr. birthday on the 19th. Everybody was very pleased and impressed with the facility updates. I didn't stop hearing enough about it. We had about 200 people there from the schools, from the churches, and Mr. Bailey was there as well, so it was good to see him. Politicians from all over Wayne County, and everybody was very impressed with our school. So that's thanks to the community for their efforts in passing it on.
Okay. And then, per normal, at the back of the brag book are the athletic events Jackie has attached there, and then also our calendar of events through April. And it's pretty packed, actually. Oh, no, the calendar is separate. It was attached to the back of my brag book, so I don't know if it was on yours, too. Jackie thought we needed double. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Communications received by the board secretary.
None today?
Interim chief financial officer communications. Do we have anything from Maria?
No.
I'm assuming no. All right. Executive director of human resources and labor relations communications.
Okay, the only things I have tonight are that, just letting the board know that all 4 of our bargaining units, their contracts all expire June 30th of this year. Just to let you know, I think we're close to a tentative agreement with our administrators. So that one is going to be done. Our teachers will start bargaining on February 25th. So that is on the calendar, and we will continue to bargain. That is a Thursday. After that, we will continue to bargain on Wednesdays until we've reached an agreement. And then both our secretaries and our educational assistants will begin at the beginning of March. So we've gotten a really early start this year. We've had very positive communications all the way around. So I look forward to a very happy and fulfilling bargaining season for all of you in the audience whose contracts are up.
Thank you. Executive director of curriculum and technology communications, Mrs. Crenshaw.
So I yell at everybody and I didn't even turn it on myself. I presented this to you guys at the workshop last month, and of course, after I went back and rechecked all my cells, I copied and pasted the same number into all the cells. So the one, access point one, the one that says the APs at the top, they're all the way at the back of your packet, by the way. Jackie just kind of stuck them in at the end there.
Poor Jackie.
That's where I told her to put them. I told her to put them there. I'm sorry. I said, just put them wherever, I don't care. And the back was good. So now you can find them easily. See how that worked out. So the first one, I think I presented it as 38 or something like that last month, or last meeting, and it's actually 45. So I just wanted you to know that. And you'll be voting on these in a little bit. I brought the internet access, the little hotspot thing for the old schoolhouse. I shared that with you last month, but it's only $76, so I didn't feel like you really needed to vote on $76. So I left that one off the table here. So that's all I have on that. Did anyone have any questions after you went home and read through all of that exciting stuff that I gave? Good answer. I like that. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna give you, and if you could just take one and pass it along, is our bond update dashboard that Plant Moran has created for us. So our advisory team gets this at all of our meetings, and then I will then bring you guys a copy as well to the meeting so you can see where we're at. Remember, I was talking about this last month, and then the power went out, so
Power went out.
we'll see how this works out tonight. Oh, I forgot I was gonna open it up here for everybody else to see, and then I forgot. Let's see if I even can find it. So, here it is. So the top left-hand corner gives you a quick overview of what the bond will be. It's thinking. There we go. So in our 2025 bond, we will be doing interior renovations at Beach, demolishing Stuckey. There'll be some more renovation work at Hilbert that wasn't completed in the first series. And then we will be installing new roofs in multiple buildings around the district, or repairing roofs that need to be spot repaired. There'll be some site work improvements at the secondary campus, and then interior renovation work at Keeler that was not finished in the first series as well. So in December, some of the things that we accomplished, we did some building walkthroughs on December 10th with our construction team. That was just so that the groups, some of them aren't from the area, so they came in and they walked all the building, all of Beach, so they know, kind of the lay of the land, could put eyes on what they're looking at. They'll continue to come back and do some more evaluations. That was just kind of our first walkthrough with the whole team, going through the PQ app that was sent to the state and making sure we knew exactly what was on there. The design work is proceeding, so Charles Marchetti, where am I going? Chuck Martin, wow. He hasn't worked here in a long time. Where'd that come from?
He's
Whew.
done enjoying
I'm sorry,
retirement.
he's retired for a long time. Chuck Marchetti from where is he from? French. Yes. He is working on the drawings. Sorry, I have a lot of things going through my brain this last couple of days and weeks. So he submitted the construction, the demolition plans to the state, so we're kind of in a holding pattern now until we hear back from the state, which could be anywhere from 10 to 14 weeks, could be 12 weeks. We're just at the mercy of the state at this point. There's no jumping ahead in any lines, so we're just gonna be waiting it out. That has all been submitted. We're working on hiring a roof consultant. We'll be finalizing that in the next couple meetings that we hold as a district team. DT and Consumers Energy have already been contacted. They're working on getting the utility shut off at Stuckey so that when we go to knock it down, we're good to go there. This month, oh no, that was December. So then in January, we were supposed to install the fence around Stuckey, but I don't know if you've noticed, it's been a little chilly outside and the ground is frozen, so you can't really dig into it. So we have to wait until the ground thaws a little bit so we can start kind of getting the fence posts in. So that will come in February. Crispin's working on getting all the documents together so that when we get our approval from the state, they can get the bid packages out to the vendors. Chuck is still working on designing all of our projects. And then our baseball field, we will look at on the back side of the paper. We've kind of made some final decisions on that, and I'll go over that when we look at the pictures. So in February, Crispin will work on bidding out the demolition of Stuckey so that as soon as the project is approved, we can move forward with the demolition, and we'll get that fence up as soon as we can. French is gonna continue their work on Beach. He's been focusing on Stuckey, so he'll get finalizing all the beach plans for the interior of the beach renovations, and then also some secondary campus bathrooms and whatnot that need to still be finished over there. And then we're working on identifying some of the underground piping. Miles is having all of the pipes scanned and scoped out and cleaned out so that we know going in that where we need to fix anything or have any work done on any of the pipes under the ground. So that's all of that. There, we have our schedule over there on the right and the team members. On the back side, they have this, Jim in the back there has done a nice job of creating this little kind of dashboard to show us where we are with our spending. So as of now, we're on schedule. We know that we have some money that has already been spent out of this bond that we're working on trying to find out how we're gonna cover all of those costs. It's a team effort. We're working with Maria, we're working with the construction team. So as we come up with all of that information, we will come back and share that with you all. But as I said, roofing is gonna be one of the places that we'll kind of pull back on a little bit to save some of the money.
And Kim, just, we did invite the Plant Moran, Chrisman, and French to join us for our board workshop so that you can ask those questions and they can provide you more details about that money and where we're looking at doing some shaving.
Yep. So this will be updated every meeting, and so you'll kind of see where we're at with the spending, what's already been spent, what we're working on, and what we have upcoming. And it will be the same, obviously, we haven't spent any money out of the next two series, so those will be empty. The other side of the page shows our baseball. Whoa, that's different than the one I have. What's happening there? Oh, gosh, I'm sorry, this is last month's. I thought I just saved this month's. Maybe I had the wrong one. Okay, well,
Anyway.
sorry about that. Anyway,
We have baseball.
they have the paper.
We have baseball.
I'll just hold it up for y'all. Here it is. So we did some designs at both Beach and at McGowan for the baseball field. At McGowan, at Beach, to have the baseball field there, we will a little bit be infringing on some of the neighbors' properties.
We don't want to do that.
So we probably shouldn't do that. I don't know that they would appreciate our outfielders standing in their yards.
Probably not.
We've tried some different angles. We feel that putting the field here at McGowan will be more cost-effective because if we put the field at Beach, we're gonna have to bus the kids there, so that's extra cost for transportation. We're gonna have to have a taller fence put up at Beach, netting that's gonna be like an extra $100,000 that we really don't have the money to spend. So we're gonna move forward with plans to put the field out here at McGowan. We are not gonna rush it and have them just put something in for this season, so they will play their season at Capitol Park this year. And then our fear was that if we rushed and did something, then we would cost more money in the long run by having to go back and do something in the back end. So, we will start this, I believe, we're working on drawings now. Chuck's gonna try to get us some images of what it should look like. Hopefully we'll have those at the next meeting. And then, Foresight is doing the drawings for us, and then we'll start bidding out that work. We're hoping to get that started in June, but we'll bring that all to you. I believe we decided the March workshop, we'll present it, and then you would vote on it in the April board meeting, I think were the dates that we finalized. But that was last Wednesday. And a lot's happened since last Wednesday when we talked about that, so if those dates aren't right, I'll let you know. But, so that's what we have for the dashboard for the bond committee.
Thank you.
And you'll all be happy to know it's testing season starting already. I know it seems crazy, but NWEA testing is opened up today. So I'm sure everyone in every building is jumping for joy to get their kids tested. And WIDA has also started with our multilingual kids. So we'll be running through that as part of my extra for the curriculum part of my.
Chair,
Mr. Bailey.
refresh my memory, didn't we have somebody already do video of the sewer?
We've done it in some places, but he's having it done in all of the places that we haven't had it done. So any new bathrooms that we've had put in, he's had the pipes looked at, but we're taking care of the rest of them at this point, I believe.
So when we do something, we don't do the job, we just do.
I don't know,
sections
Mr.
of the
Bailey,
job?
I wasn't part of that decision last year, that was in the other bond, so we're scoping now to make sure that we don't have run into any problems going forward.
But Mr. Bailey, that'll be a great question
You can
at the
ask.
workshop when they come on February 24th to ask that, you know, what was scoped and why it wasn't all done at once and what's included in the next. Our bond professionals will probably be the best ones to ask.
So this begs the question, if we're doing this in parts, and this has been the tradition for Redford Union, maybe we should be asking out of the whole picture of Redford Union School District, what has just been partially done, what's been completely done, so that we know where we stand, even for a preventive maintenance approach, you know what I mean?
That's why we're having a scope.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. So I'm not sure why the decision was not to have everything scoped. I don't know if it was because of the cost, you know, and what was allocated for the bond, and so they were scoping the bathrooms that were going to be renovated, so that was all within the scope of the bond, and then they planned that for the finances for the new bond, for that to be scoped. I don't know, because,
So I agree with you. We don't know.
Right.
Somewhere it should be documented so that preventive maintenance wise,
Mm-hmm.
we know where we are at any set point in time,
absolutely.
right?
Yep, I don't disagree. So that's a conversation we can have with Miles to make sure that we are doing that and at least start doing that. But then those are good questions as far as the bond is related to ask our bond team on the 24th. So if you
And I
can
know-
remember to
yeah.
bring that up, that'll be great.
And I know Miles is being very cognizant of making sure that we scope all new things so that we don't run into problems going forward, so, and he is pretty good at keeping notes of everything. He's got schedules down and everything now, things that we did not have probably in the past.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Crenshaw. Interim Executive Director of Student Services Communications. Welcome to the table,
Thank you.
Mrs. Smith.
So I don't have anything specific tonight because I didn't know I was going to be at the table. However, I have just been transitioning into the role over the last couple of weeks. And as long as we don't have any other days this week, it'll be my first full week.
And she's doing great. She's jumped right in.
Thank you. Moving on to future workshops.
President, I got a quick question.
Mrs. Martin.
So I was wondering, maybe possibly for next board meeting that you could possibly maybe let us know, how many state complaints we've had with MDE this, school year so far. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Chair,
Mr. Bailey.
you say you're on a future workshop?
I believe so, yeah.
So the superintendent search, how did that get on there?
Because it is a future, it's potentially a future workshop topic, as you can see.
So no decision's been made though?
No
right?
decision has been made.
We're not jumping the gun, right?
We're not jumping the gun. As you can see, there's quite a few things on here that we may or may not do a workshop on. No decision has been made because this board has not made a decision.
So there was a past request, and I was wondering if we could have it on what services we're providing for our students in terms of training them for leadership. I know we have things different places,
Uh-huh.
but I'd like to see something in a complete overview, umbrella view, 10,000-foot view of what we're doing.
So a future workshop,
on leadership
how we're
training.
preparing our students for leadership. Okay. Thank you. We talked a little bit about our upcoming workshop, which is later this month. it is very likely going to be the capital bond project update. And that was, I will say, I made a request to have our bond team come in. Many of us have questions, and I feel like a workshop is a really good kind of informal place to just get our questions answered. And just to get our questions answered. So this kind of start thinking about that. You know, it's a couple weeks away, but the 24th of February is going to be here before you know it. So if you've had questions over the scope of the bond work, even the last bond, maybe just start writing them down to bring them with you, so that, you know, so that we've got a plan going in. And then, so that's a future workshop you all can see, you can read. So I'm not going to read all of these to you. Is there anything else that we're feeling we need to add to this list? List is kind of long, so it's always kind of long. We're always wanting to learn more, right?
We do need to add, Kim and I were talking today, just to give the board an update on our sex ed curriculum, where we stand with that in our committee. Chris Norton will help us present. Is that correct, Krim? Krim?
Yes,
Krim Crenshaw?
sorry, I forgot about that while I was talking. We have plans for Chris and Nurse Jerry, as well as Jamie Ethorn from Wayne Reese to come in and present where we're at.
So in addition to that, being that it's part of, did we also include the presentation on what we're doing for health education?
Sure.
The spectrum includes sex education, but the spectrum for health education is large. There's sort of, from what I'm seeing when I read about it, is survival skills for kids.
Yeah.
Well, we can have someone from the secondary campus where our health classes are taught, give you an overview of the curriculum for that. Will that be good? Will that work?
At this point in time, yes.
Okay.
Anything.
Okay.
And
Mr. Taylor, you're writing that down?
I hear Mrs.
You got it?
Nikki's got it.
I
Mrs.
knew
Martin.
Nikki had
She
said I wrote it down.
Did I hear you,
yes,
Mrs. Martin?
I wanted to circle back to onboarding policies, to circle back on that, our onboarding conversation that we had about our process and how that will.
Onboarding board members.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did we do something with that already? Or
So-
We did some work, but.
We talked about it, but we haven't really finalized nothing really.
Yep, she's right.
Okay.
And I think, given that Mr. Osowski only has, what, like 22 meetings left? 21 meetings left, yeah, he tells us every, meeting. I'm gonna call it a couple extra meetings just to keep you a little longer. We probably need to get that done, because election season will be here before we know it. And people will be leaving us. All right, consent agenda. Are there any items that we want removed from the consent agenda? Can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda items as presented? Moved by Mr. Osowski, seconded by Mrs. Johnson. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say yes. Yes. Opposed, motion carries. Action items, special consideration, non-consent agenda action items. Fiber line installation to Keeler School and Old Schoolhouse. Can I get a motion that the Board of Education, at the recommendation of Kim Crenshaw, Executive Director of Curriculum and Technology, and Judy Nachman, Interim Superintendent, and to enter into a conditional contract with Western Telecom to install a new fiber line from the Redford Union Secondary Campus to Keeler School and the Old Schoolhouse in the amount of $83,211. This project will only move forward if the district is approved for an E-rate reimbursement of 90% of the total project. The total remaining 10% of $1,321.10 will be paid through the enhancement millage. Moved by Mr. Osowski, seconded by Mrs. Johnson. Is there any discussion?
Discussion.
Mrs. Martin?
So, question as it relates to the old house, why would we place this, fiber into the old schoolhouse?
Because right now, we're using a wireless, like, access point, so this would be a permanent solution to what we're using right now.
So, how often, as of right now, is this building even in use?
As of right now, no. Mr. Bailey and I had a conversation actually before the meeting discussing some plans and what we can do to start making plans for how we're gonna use that space, because we have put a lot of money into that building. So we will need to start coming up with some things. As I told Mr. Bailey, I have not even had a half a second to think about what that space would be used for. So we will start some discussions. Mrs. Nachman and I'll work together to set up some meetings with people and see what our next steps will be with that building.
But I think in order for the community to use it, I think internet connectivity is vital.
But if they already have it, like, we already have a system that's working.
But we would have to pay for that yearly, that new that other system. Whereas if we put the fiber line in, it's a one-time payment, and we don't have to pay for it ever again. We run all the equipment that's inside the building.
Because it just runs off our network then, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
But so, are we getting rid of all of our network then? Just going, all
No.
of it's gonna be fiber?
Our, rest of our buildings all have fiber already running
That's
to
what I
them.
thought,
Mhm,
yeah.
Yep. These are the only two buildings that do not. So, once we install the fiber there, then we can connect our access points to that fiber, and it'll just be there. We won't have to pay a yearly fee to have a wireless device over there to use.
Yeah.
Are there any further discussion? Hearing none, this requires a roll call vote. Mr. Bailey? Mrs. Dean?
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson?
Yes.
Mrs. Martin?
No.
Ms. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Osowski? Chair votes yes, motion carries 6-1. Item 2, all covered access point replacement. Can I get a motion that the Board of Education, at the recommendation of Kim Crenshaw, Executive Director of Curriculum and Technology, and Judy Nachman, Interim Superintendent, enter into a conditional contract with Konica Minolta and All Covered to install all new access points. This project will only move forward if the district is approved for an E-rate reimbursement of 85% of the total project. The total for the whole project will be $300,185.34. 85% or $255,157.54 will be paid by E-rate. The remaining 15% of $45,027.80 will be paid through the enhancement millage.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Osowski, seconded by Mrs. Johnson. Is there any discussion?
Discussion.
Mrs. Martin?
As we talk about the enhancement millage, we're talking about the millage that we're in right now, and I know, will this fall under, like with I guess 1 and 2, would that both fall under the enhancement millage? Is that something that how it's already written? Do we gotta rewrite something to put this in?
The enhancement millage is a county millage.
Okay.
It doesn't have anything to do with the bond.
Okay.
And when we put the enhancement millage out to the voters, we said that we were gonna use that money to do building improvements and technology upgrades for the district. So it's to be used to improve the environment for students, so. It's money through the county, it doesn't have anything to do with bond.
Okay, all right, that's good for me. And so like, when did we, I guess, apply for this millage, I guess, the enhancement millage?
We didn't apply.
No.
Wayne County put it on the ballot last year. We
yeah.
renewed it last
Yeah.
year.
Always.
We've had
Yes,
it.
I remember that
Yeah.
one, yes, okay, so that's,
Yeah. So it's a Wayne County initiative. We've had it for a while. And last year, I believe, was a renewal of it.
and was this the one through Rain Risa? That's the one? Okay, gotcha,
Mhm.
okay.
I know, it's hard to keep them all straight. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, this requires a roll call vote. Mr. Bailey? Mrs. Dean?
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson?
Yes.
Mrs. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Osowski?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion carries.
Thank you.
You're welcome. There were no items removed from the consent agenda. Call to the audience, public participation regarding non-agenda items. I currently have one, Mrs. Johnson. Welcome.
Thought into this. Hi, everybody. I'm Rosemary Johnson, for those of you who don't know me. I went
wait.
to high school.
Oh, wait.
Come to the table.
You gotta come to the table, put your teacher voice on.
Oh, all right then. Okay. These chairs are pretty tricky. I feel like you're tricking me.
careful.
Yeah, we don't need a viral TikTok moment.
We're not gonna do that, no. All right, so, hello, everybody. I'm Rosemary Johnson, teacher at the high school, resident for 38 years. I raised my family here, and, so I live here, I work here, and I vote here. And here's what I want to say on behalf of my neighbors. I live by Stuckey School. So the time has come for the school district to make some decisions about the Stuckey property. As the board moves into that process, please remember that this is the only green space or playground area north of Grand River and west of Beach Daily. People in the Stuckey neighborhood would like to continue enjoying at least a portion of the property. There are a few beautiful mature trees on the southwest corner of the property. People want to know what's going to happen to Stuckey Rock. And Sherry Burns' family, her father was the principal there. There's a tree that's been planted in his memory. We're hoping that can be preserved as well. The residents have supported the district's Stuckey initiatives in the past. Please don't forget about the neighbors now. We have some young families that have come and purchased homes, and we would like to keep them. They may be RU families one day. I'm here to represent my neighbors. I've also addressed the Township Parks Commission, and they are aware of our concerns. That is all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Johnson. Is there any, I believe that was all. All right. Superintendent's remarks. Mrs. Nachman.
None at this time.
All right. I said I was going to have us done.
some.
No. I said 45 minutes. I'm getting close. Board of Education communication and discussion. I will go down the table as I typically do. Mr. Osowski. Mrs. Johnson.
Nothing at this time.
Ms. Miller. The chair does not have anything. Mrs. Dean.
I don't have anything
Mrs. Martin.
Just remember to stay safe, stay warm, families. And so,
Yeah.
and yeah, when school is open, please come.
Yeah, absolutely. Mr. Bailey.
To the chair. So, when we were talking about future workshop topics,
Mm-hmm.
did we ever have, somebody from the food section of Redford Union School District come to talk to us?
Our food service?
Yeah.
I know,
Okay.
I want to say Bridget came when but I can't remember. But I can certainly invite our new director to give you an overview of her department and.
Being the importance of food as part of the amount of what we provide to the kids and stuff like that, it's not only how the system works, but also I think the quality of what we're doing. When I use quality, you understand how I'm using it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Calories, the
Right.
quality of food, things of that nature.
I can absolutely set that up for her to come to a future workshop.
Also, under staff members of the month, these are selected by vote. So, can I recommend this? Is that in addition to the name being presented, things that they do above and beyond the call of duty, in order to dovetail in with the other idea. Last meeting of the meeting before, I spoke about the contest with iHeart and the $5,000 prize, right? So the thing is, there's other contests like the lottery and whatever that are there. If we can have, the selection process is already being done. right? What we could do is just segue onto this and use the information in addition to what these people are already doing, where we can make that presentation to whatever organization that's providing these opportunities. Again, it's just like doing a grant, but more streamlined, but still a required, why should I give $5,000 to this individual?
Are you talking about the person of the month, or are you talking about the people in the brag book? Because person of the month, that's really their peers just,
Voting for them.
giving them a shout out and saying, hey, such and such helped me out a lot this month or whatever. But the brag book, I know we talk a lot about. So who are you? I just want to make sure we cover what you
So the
need.
point being is, to simplify this, we're already doing it. We're already selecting our fellow organization members, right? So instead of me just stepping forward or somebody else just stepping forward, I like this individual this month. It's already being done. So what we can do is just use this effort and leverage it and magnify it to greater notoriety to these people. And also the possibility of being able to get prize money coming back to the school district. In other words, the school board can accomplish more than just sitting here.
Right, I guess, and I'm just trying to figure out what you're seeking from me to use the, or from us to use the information for. Like, what else are you looking for, and who would we give this information to about the staff member of the month?
Well, you can give it to anybody. Anybody can nominate, as far as I know, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is, it can be given to anybody. But the board, if they took this on, right? If it's already identified somebody, instead of us having to go through, who do you think would be good? Who do you think would be good? You've already done it. What we do is we take the information for these people that have already been identified, and then we just leverage it and magnify it so that we're trying to show other organizations what good deeds these people are doing.
I see. So that would be easy, because when, Jackie, this is a fun thing that Jackie just introduced and took on her own, but she does send a Google form out each month, and peers nominate each other for parking spaces, and they'll give a little blip on there about why they're being nominated. So that information we can share. I don't know that Jackie has time to go back and do an investigation on each person that's nominated and see that, but she can share the information as to why they were nominated by their peers, so that you can see the good deeds they're doing. Will that work?
Yep, thank you.
You're welcome.
Also, so for your information also, since I've got your ear, I went to the Da Vinci exhibit that's at Henry Ford. It's a lot of money, but for those people that are interested in seeing how hard things can be made simple, so instead of spending $50,000 to prototype something, they just make things out of wood gears and whatever, simplify. Once you get over the idea that things can be done simply, a lot can be accomplished. And sometimes people need to see that before they can believe it. This is an opportunity if you guys are interested. Also, there's another thing, which is amazing to me. There's certain things that exist out there that just seem to be random. But there's a thing called the golden ratio. And what's amazing is the bones in your hand follow that golden ratio, right? Naturally occurring. The pyramids were built to the golden ratio. So the Da Vinci exhibit touches upon that, if you'd be interested in seeing that. One thing also for the strategic plan, it mentioned about inviting people for input.
Yes.
I would like to suggest that we contact all the former board members that we can and invite them to participate in whatever aspects, whether they live in the community, not, they've already had an idea, they already spent time thinking about this community or about the school district. So I think their ideas and input could be very beneficial.
That's a very good idea. Yes.
Also, Miss Lindsay, Dr. Lindsay,
Yes, sir.
you deal with young kids, right?
I do.
Miss Birch, you do too, right? So, do you guys give books to the children?
Like to have to take home?
Yes, possession.
We do not.
We do, if they earn gold coins, that's part of their awards, they get them out of the book vending machine, and also at March's Reading Month, we give away prizes.
So is it important that the books have to be brand new?
No.
So may I suggest this to you? Livonia is having a sale, a book sale at the library this weekend, right? I've talked with them before, in terms of bringing educational people in there and selecting the books. What I can do, if you guys are interested, reconfirm that. And there's two ways of doing it. One is we can get their children's books. I can transport them to a school. You guys can select whatever. Or the easiest thing would be, and again, I've asked them before if they'd be willing to do this. They said yes. Again, I have to confirm this again. But go before they start packing up and you do the selecting. That way, the only thing being transported are those books that you want. Do you think you guys would be game to that, or?
I'll present it to my ELA close-up.
Because if this idea works, you know that book sale that's at the,
Book stop.
what's that?
Book stop
At
at
Moral Park.
Moral Park.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think it can be duplicated there. In other words, you can get a flow of books in here without cost and an arm and a leg.
Bookstock actually does a special, like, time for teachers and educators to come in before they open to the public.
Yeah, but this is free, right?
Right, Bookstock is free as well.
So let me know. I've got a pickup truck and I can transport.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bailey.
Thank you, Mr. Bailey. All right, future meeting dates scheduled at this time. Tuesday, February 24th, board workshop, 5:30 PM, here in the district meeting room. Monday, March 2nd, regular meeting, 5:30, again, here in the district meeting room. And Tuesday, March 17th, board workshop, 5:30, in the district meeting room. Can I get a motion to adjourn? Moved by Mr. Osowski, seconded by Ms. Miller. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, motion carries. The time is 6:22.